2, 3, 4, and 5. Many people today have impacted our society for the better. One of the women that really impacted society to me that I found a speech was, she was born in 1797 and her name was Isabella Brawfrey. She was born in New York into slavery to a Dutch American family, which mistreated her and abused her basically all her entire life. She was forced into marriage with a guy named Thomas from another master and was forced to have 5 children with him. But in 1827, she was promised freedom from this master, but he broke that promise and she ended up running away. But in her words, she did not run away, she just went off in mid-daylight. So that just shows that white people basically dramatized the entire situation, and she wasn't feeling like she was equal to them at all. Whenever she left, she became a preacher and changed her name to Sojourner Truth. She was very passionate about human rights, and the Women's Rights National Historical Park Journal stated that she became one of the biggest advocates in the 19th century for equal rights. So during this time, women were not allowed to vote. Women were more discriminated or equally discriminated to African Americans. So as she was being both, she decided to speak upon this. Now, she wanted equality not just for black women, but also, which was herself, but for black men too. Basically destroying discrimination in general. She attended the Women's Rights Convention in 1851 in Akron, Ohio, and spoke about how white men were wanting women to be treated with the utmost respect, but ended up her not ending up getting treated like that at all, and saying how they were being hypocritical and not being fair to her just because of her race. I think this speech that she did in the Women's Rights Convention made an extreme impact on our society today, because she was one of those people who actually took a stance in her beliefs, and during this time it was very not okay to make a stance at all. And she created a platform for other people to speak upon, and like today, in today's society, people are more open to expressing their opinions, and that's more of a social norm. But back then, it was definitely radical what she was doing, and she took that first step to making it more acceptable, which is great for us, so that it gives our government opinions on what we can fix and what can better our lives. She didn't get to see her final impact that she made, but it made a big difference when we got the 19th Amendment, which was women's right to vote. And her last thing that she said in her speech, that was very impactful to me, was, if the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down, all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And I just think that shows that she was a very strong, brave woman who definitely turned our mindsets of today and actually lets other people take a chance to do what's best and what they think is right. Thank you. God.